Worldwide. From the streets to the yard, to the boulevard, gangsta chronicle. Well, alright, y'all. All across the USC, Compton, Watts, Bay to LA. Pomona, California, from valley to valley, we represent that killer Cali. So if you keeping it real on your side of your town, you tune in to Gangsta Chronicles.
Gangsta Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes.
If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth.
Gangsta Chronicles, this is not your average show.
You're now tuned into the real MC8, Big James, and Big Steel.
You know, it's a lot of stuff that's been going on in the streets of LA, man. Just yesterday, man, we lost PNB Rock. You know, he was gunned down out here, unfortunately, man, at a restaurant with his girl. There's been a lot of conversation about it, man, about what's going on in LA and just the situation at hand. I'll tell you, me for one, man, I am so tired of hearing of brothers losing their life, man, over chains and silly shit, dog. You know what I mean? What happened to the days, man, when you rob somebody, man, you let them walk away with their life?
I don't know those days. I mean, some got away with it, some didn't. But
yeah, shit. Niggas used to get jacked for datings and shit. So hey, it ain't nothing new. You get me? Right. I guess because it's a lot of the rap car. You feel me? A lot of the rap cars been gunned down. You feel me? I was reading a quote from my nigga Eiht today, and my nigga Eiht said something like, "It's certain codes niggas follow, you know, like you don't catch too many niggas, you know, flossing jewelry, you know. I mean, I never got into the jewelry thing back in my high rise days. It was just something I never got into. I'd fuck around, put my money into a lowrider or some shit like that before I ran out and bought, you know, $200,000-$300,000 worth of jewelry. I don't know. I guess, you know, it's a different time. It's a way to show your status nowadays, I guess, as a rapper. But, you know, a lot of us old school cats, you know, like Ice-T said, we didn't buy a lot of jewelry. You didn't see Q wearing a lot of jewelry. You didn't see Dre wearing a lot of jewelry. Myself, Quick, you know, a lot of LA stable artists, you know, I don't know if it was something that we wasn't into or it was just something we didn't do, but I wouldn't have been caught walking around just, you know, on the floss tip, you know, with $200,000-$300,000 worth of jewelry. And, you know, niggas is hungry now. It's just a different code, I think. You know, what niggas is ready to run off and take off. Because, like I said, niggas used to get killed for datings, James. So, you know, it's really not I guess it's what a nigga want to hit you for. You get me?
Right. You know, hey, and it's funny because I saw you, man. I remember I saw you one time. I didn't stop and talk to you or nothing like that because you was with your girl. You was in the Lakewood Mall. You was out there regular as hell. You didn't have no jewelry on. You didn't have no jewelry on. And this is at the height of you being MC8. This is like a few years after Menace came out. Like you was that dude at the time. And you was just bailing through the Lakewood Mall with your girl, man, like it was the thing. I said, that's MC8 over there.
I always tried to be low key. Like I said, I wasn't one of those dudes who was, you know, glorified by the fame of the rap side of it. You just give me my check and let me do some records and let me spit some shit. I didn't want to be the floss nigga or the highlight nigga. I wanted to be, you know, like shit. Let me put on regular ass whatever and put a hoodie on or a beanie, and you know, I didn't want to be recognized.
Well, the times is different from the 80s to now. This 2000 generation is starving, like for real. And then what do they got? You know, this ain't sitting on the corner selling cocaine no more. You know,
No,
that shit drying out. What do they have? So now there's home invasions. Now there's robbing motherfuckers at the store. We talked about this. So by any means necessary, and anybody can get it now. So when is the rappers, all these cats, these rich people, gonna learn that flashing a gang of jewelry and your money ain't gonna work? My nephew, um, brother's girl's son got killed in Hollywood this week, flashing money. You know, that's what these cats is hanging out for. You know, is to come up. They don't want to get a job. It ain't about going to get a job. This is easy money. And they don't give a fuck if they take a life to get the money. So, you know, people just need to stop and be aware of their surroundings, especially in LA. LA, you hear it in a Dub C song. Who else spoke on it? You said Ice T. You know, a lot of them tell them to check in when they come to LA. You know what I'm saying? And they have to. They have to know what the hot spots are. Some of these cats come out here to make their music and do their thing, but they got on $300,000 worth of jewelry. That's an easy fucking come up.
Yeah, and I damn sure would have told that guy, man, don't go to that Roscoe's over there.
Right.
You know, you better off, and don't get it twisted, because you can get got at that one on Sunset and Gower too, but it's less likely. You feel what I'm saying?
That one over there got an armed guard
Mm-hmm.
that's ready, that's with the business, and he ready. He at work.
I
Yeah,
mean,
for
I
sure.
guess, it's crazy how, and I won't say, because I used to go to Chicago a lot, in my, high days and movie days and all that shit when I used to tour. I mean, I did a movie, that never came out. It got seized. It was called Reasons. Um, I was in Chicago for about 2.5 months. So I used to float around a lot, by myself. I had a car, I had an apartment, a couple of homies came out there and shacked up, we got them apartment. So I was in Chicago for about 3 months. I used to float around everywhere. But if it was certain areas that niggas recommended that you don't go to, then I would heed that advice. I'm a nigga from the streets myself, and I was, niggas were younger then, so I was feeling like, shit, nigga, we gonna smash. But I was a nigga who took heed to, hey, my nigga, if you ever don't go over here or blah, 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 you gotta heed them stories. Now, I don't know him and his female, you know what I'm saying? They in the whip, they rolling around. I'm sure they probably staying somewhere, fancy enough in the area. I'm sure they not staying around the Manchester, Main Street area. You get me? San Pedro, that area. We all know where Roscoe's is. I've been there several times myself in the early days. That was the only Roscoe's we used to pull up to. You get me? But, and we knew the precautions of going to that, that Roscoe's. You get me? Shit. You might get into some shit. That was a motherfucking vicious area. You get me? So
they're not playing no games over there.
Oh no, I'm playing no games. I mean, so who knows what the mind state of him and his female when they say they want to go to Roscoe's. What area they was in, who knows? Why they got took to that Roscoe's, who knows? But you gotta know where you at, man, and you gotta know your surroundings. And I'm pretty sure somebody done infoed him, or they have to let him know, man. That ain't like an area where you can go and is they done reorganized and you got white people rolling around on the little bikes and walking their dogs and shit like that. Ain't one of them areas. That's a vicious spot. So I don't know if he felt like he was you know, affiliated enough that he felt like he was street affiliated enough that he could go there. But sometimes even that attitude to get you in some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
But see,
You living that?
this is the thing you got to look at, y'all. It don't necessarily have to be those dudes or that hood that actually went in there and did this. Niggas, once they get a location, motherfuckers know where you at and know a time, they gonna be there. They gonna hit, run around the corner, get in the car, and bounce. Now, who gets to blame? That hood. Anything in that immediate area, whatever hood that is, we know, and we ain't what you call it, is gonna be blamed for it. You know what I'm saying? See, people be putting shit on social media, like they say this girl did, posted a picture of Roscoe's and dropped their location. For what? For what? You know, y'all
Yeah, like
really
you said, that's the thing. But from what they done said, the police reports tonight, he did the same thing on the backside of the parking lot when they pulled up. He posted that they was at Roscoe's.
okay. So they both fucked up. He shouldn't have posted that shit. Eat, bounce. They're not
Yeah,
doing that.
that's one thing about me, man. I don't be, and a lot of the, the women, some of them they like to post, show they out on the date, look what we eating, you might want to come to this spot, it's different. You get me? Like you said, it's motherfuckers who just sitting there looking at your pages, especially if it's niggas who's on a mission. And you done took that.
I made a prediction. I said it's not going to be good for LA rappers, California rappers in general, to go to certain places down south or whatever. Do you believe that? That from this happening, Pop Smoke and all the other ones that got killed out here, do you think motherfuckers are going to start laying the law down to the California rappers that go out of state to perform?
I don't think that'll happen.
I don't think so. I don't know, because myself, I still go all over this motherfucker. And I've been to summer everywhere. And I don't feel like if when you in this game, it's at your own risk. You get me? That's what it is. I mean, you play at your own risk when you in this game. And a lot of dudes aren't humble enough. You get me? I was a humble nigga, man, because I knew coming from where I came from, I know that shit can happen anywhere, anytime. And we ain't the only niggas that's fucking greedy out here. You get me? If I always used to know, nigga, if we greedy like this in Compton, I bet you them niggas down in Texas in the projects or they greedy too. Or the niggas over in Chicago, whatever, they greedy as fuck too.
So you
or the
don't
niggas over
California niggas slipping, hanging out, posting, and they know where yet is an easy hit. You don't think they'll try it?
I mean, I think anybody's an easy target. If that's
and don't
the
get
case.
it twisted, James. Cats don't got jack in New York.
If I was one of them braggadocious ass niggas, and I was one of those, like I said, it's a different time. You get me? Because I respected niggas when I went to their towns. Or I didn't make niggas feel like alienated when I was doing that type of shit. Some of these niggas are on that. So when you go to a nigga town, sometimes niggas be waiting to get you. I never experienced that, because, like I said, I always tried to humble myself and I always try to put myself in a position of like respect where you at. That I always, you get me? Shit, right. Niggas do that shit to you at the house. Nigga, you know where you at? Nigga, I know where I'm at. It's all good. You feel me? You just got to show that respect.
One thing, James, hold on real quick. I'm going to tell y'all one thing, too. It could have possibly been the neighborhood, James. It could have not been. It could have been a passerby. But I'm going to tell you what happens. Sometimes when these cats walk up in these restaurants, please believe that the homie that's picking up the dishes at the table is going back there texting so-and-so. Man, guess who just pulled up in this motherfucker and he's shining? Or it could be the little broad that work at the little front counter that might have set a nigga down. Oh, guess who came in here? He was stunned. Not that they necessarily trying to line a nigga up, but just running their mouth, or they trying to set a nigga up. Here he come. You think about it. If you working up in Roscoe's or somebody and you don't made you a couple dollars before by these lining niggas up, what's to stop that from happening?
Nothing. I mean, we could. It's all type of scenarios and all different type of things that can happen here. And what I'm saying is, when you look at social media, you see certain guys. I ain't gonna name them, but they talking about niggas need to come and check in, right? Mm-hmm. And such and such getting the shakedown. Now this check-in shit been going on a long time. On certain individuals that come to California and they getting squeezed because they got to check in. Puppy them, coming to Compton, they paid for, their protection, to be around. So what I'm saying is, with all of this shit you hear on social media, and me, let me tell you how I would think. Okay, these motherfuckers got us fucked up. Now we're gonna see if they check in when they come to our town. I'm just saying, hypothetically. A motherfucker could be thinking, okay, if they grimy like that, we could be grimy too. So now LA is going to do a show. But we ain't tripping off that because niggas ain't really tripping on, LA niggas because they know they with the business. So we kind of like don't think what the possibilities of. You feel me? So here I am in New York, say for instance. I don't know where Pop Smoke from. I don't know where this other little youngster that just passed from.
From Philly. Pop Smoke is not Pop Smoke, but PNB Rock was from Philly.
Okay, so if we was in Philadelphia, that nigga got friends, families, whoever out there. So they might say, okay, let's get one for our nigga. You know what I'm saying? Hypothetically speaking. And we ain't paying attention to it. Now, we go out there, we get killed, they take our jewelry. You don't think it's possible that motherfuckers can think like California dudes think? And it might not have been a gang member. It's somebody thirsty, somebody out there doing robberies. You know what I'm saying? You can't even lift your garage up without 3-4 niggas running in your garage today.
Yeah, for real. You know, James, what the fucked up part about all this is, man, it gets highlighted because a person is an individual of note. They're a person of fame, they're a famous person. But, man, it's literally somebody that gets shot out here every day behind their jewelry, man, that don't get reported on.
I believe it.
You know what I'm saying? My son got a gun put in his chest. Thank God that they spared his life, And here's a list of California rappers, man, of people in California going back to a while. You remember Charisma Eiht?
Yeah.
He was one. Him and Peanut Butter Wolf had their little thing jumping off back in the day. He was one of the first ones. Seagram. Rest in peace, Seagram, the homie from the Bay. You knew him, Eiht, right? Notorious B.I.G., getting a little bit more. Notorious B.I.G., Dollar, The Jacker, Nipsey Hussle, Pop Smoke. Now we got PNB Rock, Drakeo the Ruler. This man, you know what? And like I said,
Slim 400.
Slim 400. It ain't just the rappers though, dog. It's like literally every day you hear about somebody. Everything ain't a homicide necessarily. But you hear about every day somebody getting robbed. The one cat the other day, who was the fool falling down the stairs and stuff, talking about he was fighting for his chain. I heard he really slipped and busted his lip. What's the cat's name? What's the cat's name, man? Because I don't be keeping up with them youngsters like that, Eiht. What's the cat's? They were just talking about him. But dude talked about he fought for his jewelry, and the homie saw him. He really fell down the stairs running and busted his lip. And told him the camera, yeah, I was fighting for mine. They didn't get my chain. No, nigga. You was hauling ass and tripped and fell down the downstairs and bust your shit.
He put too much on it.
Well, that's the move. Like I said, that's the move nowadays. Motherfuckers follow you home from being out. Motherfuckers run up in your establishment with the snatch and grab or the smash for the jury. Niggas, niggas will catch you in a fight and then snatch your chain. Now it's like,
yeah, my bad. Cut off. It's the Sauce Walker dude.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I heard of that. Um, um, and I think dude shot somebody.
Yeah, he's the nine. He's the one that shot somebody, and this is downtown L.A., man.
Yeah, some about I read about that story too. Some they had some dude or him and some dude, somebody argument or some dude, and he thought I guess dudes was gonna jack him or whatever, and somebody shot somebody. I don't know, but that's the move nowadays. You get me? Whether it's jacking somebody, like I said, whether it's home invasions, whether they running up in the stores snatching purses, whether they just like downtown the other day, dudes ran up in there and was trying to smash the jewelry and grab the jewelry, but they couldn't break the cases, and the people was trying to fight them off and all that shit. I mean, it's like the get rich quick scheme nowadays. You get me?
I'm gonna tell you now, man.
It's like I don't like I said, I ain't putting it on, just the youth or whatever, or just misguided or whatever, but it's just it seems like it's what they say nowadays. It's the viral thing now. You get me? We run up in somebody's shit and smash it and steal the jewelry or follow a nigga home. Nigga, fuck, they even, motherfucker, you could be walking your motherfucking French bulldog down the street and a nigga gonna jump out and snatch your dog because they looking at it like, I could sell that motherfucker for 3,000-4,000. And then some of these dumb motherfuckers is just dumb enough to just keep the shit that they you get me? Because they want to flaunt. So, nigga, I'm going to steal your dog, and that's going to be my dog. I'm going to snatch your chain, and I'm going to get my dumb ass on the internet and show a motherfucker that I got the chain. You get me? It's what happens nowadays because that's the move. And like I said, I don't know if it, but I know I ain't no nigga, or niggas in my age group running out there, smashing jewelry cases or jacking motherfuckers for dogs and shit like that. Niggas is just real greedy nowadays. And like I said, and the advice I give to a nigga, unless you walking around with like SWAT security, 10, 15 niggas, whatever, don't wear your shit.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this.
Don't wear your shit. Just don't wear it. We know you got it. If you want to show a motherfucker you got it, take a picture and put it on Instagram, like they take the pictures of the food they eating or the shoes they wear. Nigga, take you a picture in your jewelry and then leave that shit at home. Because if you trying to prove a point, I'm hard, nigga, I got all this, it's a mistake. Because if a nigga think a nigga here, and I ain't even just gonna say here in LA, nigga, it could be anywhere. If a nigga think he can get you, I'm gonna get you. I mean, fuck. I'm a menace to motherfucking society. You feel me? Ain't no rules. If I can get you, I'm gonna get you. My advice is give the shit up and try to give it up quickly. Here you go. Take that shit. I don't know what happened because, like they said, it was a robbery. So get your shit up pretty quickly. You get me? Don't hesitate with a nigga try to play hero or whatever. Motherfucker, nigga got a gun in your face and say, give me the shit. Give me, nigga, quickly. Here you go. When we tell you how to clean that motherfucker shit too, nigga, man, you gonna be happy with that motherfucking chain when you put it on, my nigga. Good luck, shit. I'd have been like, just let me finish my motherfucking food. You crazy. Here you go.
The average cat with his girl, let's say he with his wife, and a nigga try to rob him. The first thing you gonna think is, I can't just give it up because my girl.
Man,
fuck all that shit.
Nigga, you got a pistol in my fucking face, and I ain't got my heat. Nigga, you can have it. I ain't trying to play hero for the wifey. Wifey, you know what it is. Shit, you rather a nigga play hero and be dead, or you rather a nigga go home with your ass and I can replace that jewelry or that fucking purse? You get me? Get that shit up. I mean, I get it. And like, that's true, James. Some niggas will take the motherfucking attitude like, Fuck that shit. Nigga, I ain't finna just give up my shit. But then, like I said, what you supposed to do with a pistol in your face? How can you argue with that? That's no debate. Then you be the hardest nigga on the block. I don't give a fuck. But you gotta be smart too, man.
Right.
And then the broad is right here. What you gonna do? You'll get her smoked too?
You gotta give it up, man. And that's
Man, shit, I'm gonna have my shit up, and I'm gonna tell my broad nigga, give me your purse. Well, you got some shit in there? Here, you want this shit up out of here too? Take that too, my nigga. Car in the back, gray Cadillac. You can have that shit too.
Thank you.
Well, that's just the real, man, because you know what the thing is, man? The thing is, if you do have all that jewelry on, insurance ain't shit but a couple dollars a month, my nigga.
I'm sure some of these niggas are smart enough and somebody's done told them.
Yeah, you know, get some insurance for your shit, man.
Get that jewelry insured. Just get it insured.
Because I'm going to tell you
gotta
this.
Wear $30,000, $300,000 in jewelry everywhere you go. You don't have to. Everybody recognize who you are. Everybody know who you are. So if I'm going out in public, I'm not taking security, just me and this girl, me and my wife going, I don't need to bring that type of attention to me. This is what I would think.
James, you know, I think we live by that code, like, you know, because a lot of niggas in the streets getting their money, and niggas wanted to stay low key and didn't want to be like sought after. So I think we live by the code where you play. You get me? You remember niggas be millionaires, nigga, riding around in khaki suits and shit.
Right.
You get me?
That's what
like
I'm talking about.
We wanted to play low key with the bread. The symbol now today is I gotta floss harder than him. You get me? Oh, this nigga on the plane with this and this. Oh, so now I gotta go take me a picture on my plane and how we whoop-de-whoop. Oh, this nigga got the push button double R Rolls Royce or whatever. Oh man, I got to go get me one of them. Oh, so and so got 4-5 chains on. I got to go have 10 on. And that nigga got 3-4 watches on at one time. I got to wear 4 watches. You get me? Right. It's the status symbol of how the MCs and the artists, I feel, is how they show their you know, achievements or their status. Oh nigga, you get me? I can't just be walking around in some motherfucking $20 motherfucking flip flops and some $30 shorts. You get me? Niggas don't feel like I could stand on my name alone or some shit. You get me? You get the work you put in and what you done, the contributions to hip hop and all what you sold, that should be your status to floss. But to some, it's not enough. You get me? Because this is the day and age of flossing. So I gotta go buy me $300,000 worth of motherfucking jewelry. I don't give a fuck if my motherfucking check ain't but for $500,000. I got to go spend $300,000 on jewelry.
Yeah, some goofy shit like that. Yep.
Because it's the status symbol. You get people going. It makes me feel like people gonna recognize who I am more if I got on more chains than he do. But and that's the way we do. Like I said, me. I mean, I never got into the jewelry thing, so it wasn't a thing for me. But to some people, hey, then I'm gonna go buy me a $50,000, $100,000 Rolex, and I'm gonna go buy me about 10 Cubans and some platinums and triple, you know, BBS diamonds and all that shit. So you can't come to the hood in that shit.
Let me ask you this. I think Norm, you can say it better. Do you think that we need to stop hollering? Why we killing ourselves? You know how everybody say, why we killing ourselves? Why we get mad when the white man kill us, but we killing ourselves? Do you think people just need to stop talking that Black Lives Matter shit?
Or, you know what I think, man? I feel what you're saying, James, and I said something about that earlier. What amazes me about our people is that we get pissed off when the police kill one of us. You know what I mean? We get pissed off. And in some cases, man, I've seen brothers acting out, man, where they kind of ask them to get handled a certain way, right? But I think we need to be just as upset when shit like this happens. Like, where's the outrage off of this? Because I see more excuses than anything else. Well, he shouldn't have been there, or the girl shouldn't have posted the picture. How come the man can't go out with his girl and have something to eat without him losing his life? You feel what I'm saying? It's like we in a bad place, dog, where a motherfucker can't get in a car, go to a restaurant. Roscoe's is like a California tourist attraction. When people come from out of town, all my people, when they come from out of town, the first thing my cousins say, let's go to Roscoe's. You know what I mean? It used to be M&M's a long time ago. There's certain places that people from out of town want to go. Why keep making excuses for these motherfuckers that we know been out there jacking, robbing, and killing motherfuckers for the last 30 years? I see it all the time on social media. There's some horrible niggas that don't lost their life, dog. Niggas that you just knew was doing wrong. It don't even surprise me when I hear about it. Oh, such and such is dead. Wow, I didn't see that one coming. He only been robbing and jacking niggas for the past 30 years. And people actually feel sorry for him. Well, he was a victim. It's because of this, it's because of that. Man, we got to start holding motherfuckers accountable, dog. I think they need to make a law. If you kill a motherfucker in the act of robbery, or you pull a gun in a motherfucking act of robbery, it should be 100 years automatic. Your ass going to fucking jail and you never fucking getting out. If they did that shit, I bet you this shit is stalled out.